Confidence is superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts happening. Have you ever been faced by a situation where you wished you had more confidence, or you wished that you could show up and shine a lot better? Did you ever find yourself in a situation where your confidence failed you and you just couldn't do anything, and you couldn't rise to the occasion just as you would have loved to? It happened to me so many times. My confidence failed me too many times. And in this video, you will be listening to why your confidence is your birthright, called from my podcast, You Soul for Genius podcast. When I was able to manage my confidence problem, my world changed and things I never thought were possible became possible and quite evident in my life, and a lot of things really changed for me, and not just for me, but also for people around me and people I get to meet. I noticed that I had problems with confidence when I was about 12 years old, that young. I know this is common with a lot of people, but each person's story is quite peculiar and unique to them. At the age of 12, I chose to give up on being confident, and how that happened was that at about 11, when I started secondary school, to give you a background of what happened in my secondary school, I went to a boarding school at the start of my secondary school life, and I liked it so much. I never knew myself to be less confident or lacking confidence or a shy person per se. However, I've always been a quiet and introverted person, even though I wasn't very introverted at the time, because in my first year in secondary school, I was a member of the music club, and we used to do a lot of concerts and shows and dramas and theatres and that sort of thing, and I had so much fun doing all of that. I was also into sports and other extracurricular activities, and all that was so much for me, filled with fun. But unfortunately, it was a boarding school, which meant that I was living in school in hostels and I was living far away from home. Unfortunately, my health was not very great. My parents were advised to take me back closer home so they could look after my health, and that changed so many things for me, and I moved school. When I moved school, I changed to a girls-only school. For whatever reason, I realized that I couldn't mix very well with the girls there, and what actually got me into being very reserved and very shy and kept to myself and not connecting with the girls was because back then they would bully me and formed circles around me and began to chant songs and mockery slants against me, and when I spoke in class or played around the playground, they would come around me and form circles and chattered and clapped their hands, not clapping their hands in a way of approval as in, yes, go girl, but in a way that they just criticized the things that I did. As it continued, I felt so embarrassed, and I said to myself that I would no longer speak in class or in groups outside class, except of course when the teacher insisted that I must say something in class. Since then, I just got into my shell. I really didn't have friends, maybe one or two of them who possibly just liked me so much. But I really didn't have friends, and that created another person who I turned out to be at that time, and that remained for so many years. You may wonder, why did you not report all of this bullying to someone? The environment where I grew up, bullying wasn't something you could go home and report, nor report to the teachers back then. Not sure too much have changed even as I write 30 years after. Bullying seemed to be part of the culture because there was nothing your parents would do about it. Don't like the girls like you, so go back out there and tell them who you are, that sort of thing. So nothing was really gonna happen, and I knew nothing was gonna happen, so there was no reason for me to report it, so I had to live with it. However, I devised a way to deal with it myself, and the only thing that I could do at the time was to express myself with a lot of poetry, story writing, and maybe some lyrics. Hence, I wrote a lot when I was younger, and my first poetry publication was an anthology from my childhood memories. Having got myself accustomed to not talking where other people were, I continued this pattern even after leaving the secondary school and into my later years in tertiary institutions and when I started work. I studied mass communications and I was lucky enough to work in several television and radio stations, but I loved radio. I don't know exactly why I chose radio. It could be because I was shy, but not sure. But I knew I chose radio, and even as a radio broadcaster then, I would only speak behind the microphone, and once I stepped out of the studio, I would shut off again. And I got into my shell and did not have so many friends and couldn't really interact with people. I wasn't that sort of person who would liven up a place, no, not at all. Eventually, the magic happened when I met coaching. I didn't know what coaching was, as I was just a blogger and I was trying to get myself into the online world. I would see advertisement about life coaching, training, every time I was writing. So I clicked on one of the links one day and read through and got fascinated by what I read. So I decided to attend one of the events. When I attended my very first open coaching event for new and aspiring life coaches, I was stunned because I saw people who were trying to be themselves and bring out the best in themselves. I saw people who were trying to mold their lives and find their purpose and path in life. They were doing speaking and talking about themselves and introducing themselves to the audience, and something inside of me whispered, "Wow, I love this and I can do this." So as things turned out, that was the first time in years that I got myself in front of a group of people and I spoke, even though it was just for a minute or about 2 minutes, and I felt really good about it. I'd like to tell you something. Back in the days, when I used to be a broadcaster, my very first year working and my first main job as a broadcaster, as a radio broadcaster, I was going to get an award as a promising staff, something along that lines, and I needed to get on the stage to collect the award, but as soon as my name was called, I froze and I melted at the same time. The plaque had to be brought to me where I was because I just couldn't go to the stage. What an embarrassment, as you know. It was the scariest thing I would have had to do, so I skipped it. I didn't do it. Going forward, as I continued to attend more coaching events and got coached and became a certified coach, I developed my skills and gradually had a breakthrough from lack of confidence. Usually, when people have confidence, there is a belief system and a particular mindset attached to that. Whether you cannot express yourself where you find other people, or in a corporate work setting, or even online business settings, and you cannot garner your confidence and express yourself the way you would love to, then begin to work on it. When you begin to eradicate those beliefs and thought systems and processes in your mind that are making you feel less of yourself, you will grow, shine, and rise to greater heights and reach your full potential. All you must do is replace your limiting beliefs with empowering belief systems. Apart from overcoming my confidence problems through coaching, I also practiced a lot of things. I learned and practiced public speaking. I had to practice doing videos and other things that helped to boost my confidence and made me believe more in myself. You have to do lots of practicing and always reassure yourself that you are worth it and that you deserve it, whatever you want to learn, and be confident about. You reassure yourself that you're worth it and you deserve it. So as I tell my clients and the people around in my group, accomplishment propels confidence. And what that means is not that you need to accomplish huge things to have confidence, but the more you can start to accomplish the little things you want to accomplish, the more confident you become with yourself. You only need to do one thing at a time. When you take one step at a time, you will see your confidence levels begin to grow. So now let me tell you why I believe it is our birthright to be confident. When you're confident and able to show up and shine, you will shine your light for other people to see. You will give them the permission to also shine their lights. And when all that begins to happen, we will multiply the effect of many more people reaching their full potential in life. So what always strikes me in my stride and in my journey is being able to help so many people and my clients to be better version of themselves and living their dreams. I'll tell you something. Having to coach people who work in the corporate world and helping them master their skills, knowing that there was more to them than they claimed or thought of themselves, and seeing them move from one organization to another for better positions or getting promoted in their current organizations and celebrating great wins have always made me feel that the decision I made to challenge my confidence problem was worth it after all. So you too can do the same, but a lot of people are out there waiting for you to shine your light so that you may find a path to success. When you encourage yourself, embrace your inner greatness and inner power, you would always show up as the best of you and inspire many more people and become a blessing to them. So now, you've heard my story about confidence. Let us delve into some confidence exercises. So I will be exploring 3 confidence exercises that will help you boost your confidence immensely. So they are the mirror confidence exercise, sales acceleration confidence exercise, and how to overcome rejection. Let's start with the mirror confidence exercise. This exercise is to give you so much confidence in yourself so that you're able to stand up for what you believe in. The exercise is done by you standing in front of the mirror and looking straight in your eyes without blinking for up to 15 to 20 minutes. If you cannot do that at a go, you can practice gradually from 5 minutes. So you look in the mirror for 5 minutes straight into your eyes without blinking. And as you get better with shorter timings, you can then practice for longer until you get to the 15-20 minutes mark. Practice this every day for the next 21 days because it takes at least 21 days to master a new skill. So the next exercise is the sales acceleration confidence exercise. I want you to imagine that you are a sales manager of a company, or you're a business owner and you are doing your sales promo and you get yourself onto the stage where you have thousands of people right there waiting for you. And you know they're just anxious about what you're about to share. And as you walk onto the stage, where some of them are your current customers, some old customers, some potential customers, and some of them will never do business with you. So when you stepped onto that stage to do your presentation, short and sweet, you raised up your prices, as in you raised up your hand and you had a list of your prices in a paper or a frame for the products and the services you're promoting, and you show the audience, you say to them, "Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Look at this price list right here on my right hand. This price list here are going to be our new prices from now on, and this price list here on my left were our old ones, and we will stop using them from now because this is where you begin, where you belong. You show them again the right one, and this is where I belong to, the new price list arena." And then as you say that, you absorb it, and then you thank them and you step off the stage. How confident does that make you feel? You can practice that time and again to get yourself to that level of confidence. If you're someone who is in the sales, or even if you're looking to negotiate a promotion for yourself at work, so you can use that to propel your confidence levels. The third one is how to get over rejection. As you know, you will not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. What is not okay is feeling bad because not everyone accepts you. The next time you're afraid of being rejected and this is stopping you from doing something progressive that will enrich your life or has the potential to enrich your life, What I want you to do is change your perspective about your feeling, about the situation, and say these words to yourself. It does not matter whether people accept me or not. The difference my actions will make in the lives of others surpass my feelings of fear that I am currently drenched in now. Let your gaze be on the prize, which could be the impact that you're going to make, what you are afraid of doing on your life or others around you. So always put your gaze on the prize. You only have one life to live and nobody knows tomorrow, so live this life to the fullest. Be of benefit to others and do what you love. And now we move to the confidence affirmations. These confidence affirmations will gear you towards being confident day after day when you use them regularly. Start with, I am radiant, I am confident. And you can repeat this as many times. I am radiant, I am confident. I radiate with confidence, certainty, and optimism. I radiate with confidence, certainty, and optimism. I trust myself and my intuition, and for this I exude confidence. I trust myself and my intuition, and for this I exude confidence. Day by day, in every way, I am more and more confident. Day by day, in every way, I am more and more confident. And that's why confidence is your birthright. If you want to listen to the podcast or subscribe to it, click on the link in the description.